instant match reaction. It finishes Tottenham 1, Manchester United 3, and what a result that was for Manchester United. And what I'm happy about today is that we got some sweet, sweet revenge on Jose Mourinho and Spurs for what they did to us earlier on in the season. So you've got to be happy with that. And if top 4 wasn't already guaranteed before this game, which in my opinion I thought it was, it is now, because Leicester lost earlier, we won now, and of course that puts us in cruise control for that second place spot. So we don't have to worry about that now. But this game had everything. It had goals, entertainment, and it was, it exceeded my expectations. I thought it was going to be a really boring game, and up to the 30th minute, it was quite dull. Both teams weren't getting chances, but after that, it fired up, and especially in that second half when Manchester United turned up, our football that we played was absolutely amazing. And the second goal we scored, the first goal we scored was sublime. It was superb, and I'll be talking about that later on in the video. But let me get into the lineup. So the lineup in the game, of course, was Dean Henderson over David De Gea, which, it was expected. It's not what I want, but it was expected. Left back, Luke Shaw, and it was Lindelof alongside Maguire, and right back it was Wan-Bissaka. So the usual defence you're going to see. Then it was McTominay and Fred back in the middle, which I was very concerned about. I was very worried about that, because, when we play that, we don't normally play good, and it showed that in the first half of our football. But, it was Fred and McTominay. Fred came back in, and ahead of him, Bruno. On the left, it was Pogba, which, again, wasn't with that, didn't prefer that. I don't like when he plays on the left, but he was there. Right hand side it was Rashford, and up front it was Cavani who was back in, which I expected that. I was very happy with that, and he was amazing today. So I'll talk about him in the player ratings. But that was the team going into the game, and then we get into the first half, and it's what we expected. Slow start, teams not getting enough chances, sideways football with both teams, and up to the 30th minute it was pretty boring. But then things lightened up a bit, and I was furious with some of the controversial decisions that the ref gave today. The first goal, when Manchester United went through, I thought it was a perfectly okay goal. And then McTominay apparently accused of putting his hands in the face of Son, and Son goes down like he gets shot in the head, man. He goes down for about 10 minutes, and I was frustrated because what is this refereeing? This Premier League has the lowest of lows of referees. The level of refereeing is absolutely diabolical. Not in any day is that foul on Son. I am sorry, not on any day. You got to see it to believe it, really, because I was in shock on the stream about that decision. But that went on, and then of course a few minutes later, Son goes down the other end. A mistake by Lindelof, who was competing for a place in Strictly Come Dancing, and then Son scores, and it's just so frustrating because of course the guy who went down, who cheated, goes on and scores, and it's just so frustrating. And they go 1-0 up, and of course go 1-0 into the second half. We didn't deserve anything in the first half, but I thought we obviously deserved that goal, and we should have gone in to the half at 1-1. But we come out in the second half, and I said on the stream, this team is second half FC. We play in the second half only. We don't care about the first half. We come out in the second half. And I don't know what gets said in the changing rooms, but this team came out firing. We looked much better. And of course, that was because Mourinho sat back, and, he's going to do that, isn't he? The negative manager he is. Sat back for the whole of the second half. And we just piled on pressure. We were playing one-touch football. The football in the second half we were playing was really good. And the first goal we scored. So we go in. It was like 1-2s. Fred to Rashford to Fred to Cavani. Cavani gets his shot saved, and then Fred is there to put in. And I was like, Fred scored a goal. I was like, Fred, what? The guy's been really poor all game. He scores a goal, and I can't remember the last time he did score a goal. So I'm happy for him for that. Gets this level, and then of course later on in the game, Cavani, it was a great cross by Mason Greenwood, who came on, superb cross, timed to perfection, and the diving header by Cavani was absolutely brilliant. He knew where to be. It was a really good goal by Cavani, and of course puts us ahead. And from there, of course, we go on to win the game. I'm very happy. I'm buzzing. I'm over the moon with that. And we get some sweet revenge on Jose Mourinho. And that is what he gets for playing the negative football that he does. But of course, not everything's alright tonight. I did say in the preview that we cannot play how we do in the first half. I don't get how we can play like we did in the second half with such good attacking football, 1-2 stuff, no sideways football. But in the first half, we're negative. We play back, we play sideways, we don't go forward enough. I don't get Solskjaer's tactics around this. I don't get why we can't play good in one half, but then we turn up in the second. To win football games, you have to turn up in both halves. You have to be at your best in both halves, and that's what we need to learn. We need to learn from this. Yes, we're getting the results. I'm very happy about that because that's it's a results business. You need to get the results. To win the league, you need to get every single result possible. So even if you play bad and get the result, it's fine. But you're gonna get a better chance of winning, and your fans are going to be more into the games if you play a good style of football. That's what City do. And I know they lost the other day, but, they can be happy with that loss because they tried, really, couldn't they? They tried, just couldn't get it done. But, we've got to learn from this, and we cannot go cannot go into next season playing like that. So he's going to have to change that up, but I'm very happy with that. And of course, getting goals as well. Mason Greenwood's goal, actually, I didn't mention that, towards the end of the second half, 90th minute, goes past Reguilon, keeps you save it, but Greenwood gets another goal, so I'm happy about that. But, we win. It's a massive result for Manchester United, guarantees us that second place, and now we can just focus on the Europa League. So, let me get into my player ratings. My player ratings, of course, De Gea, he didn't play, did he? He's not going to play. Dean Henderson tonight, very good. Pardon me. Very, very good by Dean Henderson. I thought today was excellent. Of course, he made a few really good saves. One from Son, one from Kane with his feet. And you can tell he's definitely been learning from De Gea. So if he can add that De Gea trait with his legs, which he's clearly learning from De Gea. And, he can be our future number one. I'm going to back him. I am going to back him, because you've got to back every player that plays for this team. But, I was just frustrated about how De Gea was put out. But he played really well tonight. So, Dean Henderson gets a 7. I thought, didn't get a clean sheet today, but he made some really good saves. But I don't think the goal was his fault, was it? So, could get a 6. But for me, I'm going with a 7. I thought he was really good. And then left back, Shaw again today, just a 6, maybe a 7. I'm going to go with a 6, though, of course. Not one of his best games. Didn't get forward too much, but again was always an option on the left, always there, always there for an option basically. So he defensively didn't do anything too wrong as well, so I'm going to give him a 6, maybe a 7 you could go. I'm going to give him a 6. And then in centre back, Lindelof, 5 for me. I thought, of course, it was his fault we conceded the goal. As I said, he was competing for Strictly Come Dancing. So, that's a mistake he made. And there are mistakes in this team. There's mistakes in the defence. And that's what we have to, upgrade for next season. But overall, gets a 5 for me. And Maguire, probably a strong 6. You could go up to a 7. I thought he defended really well tonight. He captained that team very, very well. Didn't have too many errors in his game. Of course, was always there going forward as well. So, yes, maybe he gets a 7, maybe a 6. Maybe I'm going to... what can I go with here? Probably a 7 for me, 7. And then right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He was alright tonight. He was alright. Probably a 6 for me. I thought 6 the best is probably a reasonable rating to give him. Of course, defensively brilliant. Made some really good tackles towards the end of the game, especially that one on Reguilon late on. But 6 for me. Really good. In the middle, McTominay, 5. I thought again, you know what you're going to get with those two against top 6 sides. You're going to get someone just comforting the centre backs and all their defence in that midfield, and that's what Fred and McTominay are there to do. And that's what they did in the second half. They got time and they allowed them to go forward in the second half, as we saw. Fred scored the goal. McTominay had a few shots on target. So the second half was really good and probably the standouts of the whole game. But first half, you got average on both halves really. So probably a 5, but you could go a 6 for McTominay. Maybe. I'm going to go 6. And then Fred scored the goal, didn't he? Scored the goal. I'm going to give him a 6. Of course, that goal was a really great team goal. Like Prime Manchester United. Really is like Prime Manchester United, that goal. So probably just a 6, yeah. And then Bruno... 7, maybe a 6, you could say. I thought, he's the workhorse in midfield. He's always going to be there. He's always going to be, you're always going to rely on his work rate or on his creativity. Didn't get a goal and assist today, but, he's not always going to get that. You can't expect him to do that every single game, can you? So, 7 for me. And then on the left, Pogba. Pogba was all right today, of course. Gave the ball away a few times, gave away a few dodgy free kicks, but other than that, I thought he was decent. Really good today from Pogba. Unlucky not to score a goal. His little flip got blocked by Eric Dyer, but probably just a 6, maybe a 7 as well. I'm going to go with a 6 for Pogba. And then on the other side, Rashford. Rashford was alright today. Didn't get a goal. Didn't think he was too involved in the game. Probably just a 6, maybe. You can put him down to a 5, maybe. Not too sure on Rashford, really. So I'm just going to leave him at 6, give it fairly. And then, of course, up front, Edinson Cavani. Man of the match, Edinson Cavani. The goal, he should have had a brace. He was denied a brace. But, of course, brilliant. So his work rate, his awareness of where to be, his positioning is just 10 out of 10. So, he's not going to get a 10 out of 10, but, I'm going to give him a solid 8 out of 10 today. Man of the match. But tell me what you guys think down below, guys. I'm going to rate Ole today. What can I rate Ole? Subs? Probably would have wanted a bit earlier. Maybe in the second half, maybe a bit earlier, but I'm not going to complain too much at him. But other than that, Ole, probably just a solid 6 today, maybe a 7, because, he got the players playing well in the second half, and that was absolutely brilliant. But tell me what you guys think down below, guys. That's going to be the end of the video. Make sure to drop a like, make sure to leave your thoughts on the game. I'm very happy, I'm buzzing, I'm over the moon, and we have guaranteed that second place spot, and we move on to the second leg of the Europa League. But anyway, guys, make sure you have a good day, have a rest of a good day, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.